How to manage a transaction. I think that you plan out the transaction from when you start, put a timeline to when to get all the different components complete by, and you stay on all the parties. You know, what does the agent need to do for you? What does the lawyer need to do for you? What's happening with the survey? What's happening with the bank valuation? And try and align these like an orchestra. And, you know, that's where a good agent can also be very helpful. Not to call and just keep chasing with no apparent plan, but actually when things get stuck, they come in and then they try to find a solution and they try to help push the frustration forward from where it's been stuck, whether it's with the valuation, whether it's with the conveyancing, or anything else.
You could say that a competent agent should manage a transaction. And if they're not doing it, you need to tell them what they're not doing, or speak to the senior partner of the company and have them brought across the coals. You can play a part in it as well, because you've got to keep in touch. Don't forget that when you agree a sale between seller and buyer, for instance, you form a bit of a team, an orchestra, if you will. And each person has to play their part. Now, you have to manage, to a certain degree, your solicitor. You can't let your solicitor just do the job automatically.
The first point is don't vary the terms. The second is don't allow your solicitor to act as an agent and decides what's good for you or not. Let him speak to you. If there are any problems, speak to either to the counterparty or to your agent. Tell him what your concerns are and let him help you resolve them. The third point is maintain integrity throughout the transaction. Do not go backwards and forwards in terms of offers. Don't withdraw your offer. And if you do withdraw your offer, withdraw it entirely and start afresh with something else.
You've got to remain calm. That's the main thing. And actually just have your whole transaction mapped out in front of you. You know, when to do certain things like the surveys that we talked about, or engaging your banker and your solicitor. So it's really just having a map and trying to stick to it. Okay, we all come up with these wonderful ideas that we're going to exchange contracts very quickly and have a delay completion. You've got to allow a little bit of slippage in that because things outside your control do arise. So, but just map it out and try and get everybody on your team to be on the same hymn sheet. You know, if you do that, then it should hopefully be fairly painless.
Get your clients to instruct their solicitors at the out. Directly create, as an agent, the relationship with both sets of solicitors, basically begging them to keep you in touch with what's going on, because quite often we can see things that the solicitors don't see. We can help with things that they aren't doing as quickly as they might. And it's all about communication between the solicitors and keeping that facilitated.
Very difficult to manage transactions at the moment. So I think what is important is to set out pretty clear guidelines to buyer and seller, and hopefully solicitors right from that initial offer. Solicitors are being notoriously slow at the moment, sadly for us. So, you know, we need to really, as agents, be pushing these deals very hard because, you know, there is a direct correlation. The longer these deals take to go through, the chance of fall through goes up exponentially. So we don't want it to come through as a shock when, you know, a property's been under offer for 2 weeks and maybe inquiries still haven't been raised, and we're really badgering that buyer going, come on, what is going on here? And they get their back up going, well, what's the rush? You know, when buying a property, as far as I'm concerned, it always has to be a priority. I don't care how busy you are, because you might get that other person, especially in this prime central market, that might come in and gazump, which we see and is incredibly frustrating.